All right, so we're back, and today, you know what? I'm feeling like using all of my 5 senses to bring you guys this video because I've seen something pretty intriguing. I hear you guys want a video about it, and I know you guys are digging my taste in style wear lately, so just reach out and touch that subscribe button and that like button because I just have 1 sense left, and it's the main topic of today's video. I think you guys know what I'm talking about because KSI broke his nose. KSI's nose is more crooked than most world governments, and it's gotten curved more than I do when I slide in a girl's DM. So there you go. But all jokes aside, KSI made a video talking about how he broke his nose, and we're gonna watch it. Then I'm gonna explain to you why this can be a big deal, but not for the reasons you think. The breakdown, let's go.
It's your boy KSI, and yes, you read that right. I managed to break my nose. I'm not gonna tell you how.
Okay, let's take a look at this thing. He says he's not going to tell us how, so there goes that. I mean, listen, this looks like, I don't know why this is the first thing that came to my mind, but for whatever reason, the flatness of it looks like Lord Voldemort, and I don't even think he has a nose. Anyway, yeah, he's not lying. This is clearly a broken nose. Like, you can see, like, the middle of his nose is so big from just the swelling into his right eye, a little bit on his left side, but more over here, and it's crooked. The way it bends like that, it looks like he got hit in sparring, like a jab or a right hand, something down the middle, and it popped his nose straight back, and when it did, that cartilage probably broke and then went to the side up here a little bit. I know he said he wasn't gonna say exactly what it was, but that's what it looks like to me. All right, so that's right after it happened. It looks a lot better here, right? The swelling has gone down than it does here. That looks like the same size all the way up. There's no differentiation between the bridge of his nose and the bottom of it. Now, something interesting here is I wonder how he fixes this. One of the ways I think to fix a broken nose is you just have it manually realigned by the doctor. And that one, I think, can fix itself within 3 to 4 weeks. And that is a big point I want you guys to remember. We're going to come back to it. Okay, so yeah, there's that break. Just right down the pipe there. I think he got hit with a punch. Like, I think this happened during sparring. But I could be wrong. Like, he is on... What the f*** is this ear? Sorry, I got distracted by the fucking Shrek ear. I don't know what that is.
Gotta breathe through your eyes now, brother. Lung for man. You're looking like a...
Now, I don't know what he's on about. This is the important thing. This is what I was looking for in this video because I couldn't find it anywhere. When did this happen? And we just got a clue. This CT scan was done on July 3rd, 2022. That is the big deal I'm talking about. Why is that date important to me? Well, because I don't think KSI waited a week or 2 to go and get this looked at. I know sometimes you do have to wait for the swelling to go down so doctors can actually see what's going on in there, but I don't think he waited that long. So if this was done on the 3rd, I would think KSI probably broke his nose on June 30th, maybe July 1st. I would assume that that was a couple days before this. And the big deal isn't, oh, KSI can't fight now, the fight's off, it's canceled. That's not it at all. I'm not worried about him fighting with this same broken nose. If he does what he's supposed to do and rests, this will be fine. But that word rest is a big deal because, and bear with me, KSI has been out of the ring for 3 years. He's booked this fight, in his own words, to shake off the rust and get back in the ring. Well, one of the biggest things to shake off your rust before it's showtime is sparring, and KSI cannot spar with a broken nose. He can't do it. And I just told you guys a second ago, it does take 3 to 4 weeks for that thing to fully heal. But my big thing is the sparring. KSI needs that ring work because, yes, I know he's been training for his fitness. Yes, I understand it's Alex Wassabi, and a lot of people don't think Alex stands a chance here. And to be fair, I've said this on record, and I'm going to say it again. Alex does need a perfect fight to beat KSI. I don't think that's in any question. Whatever small percentage amount you guys want to put on it, it absolutely can happen. And KSI's cardiovascular level, his power, all the advantages he has, his size, those are great. But if he can't spar, if he can't physically be in the ring and get his timing and get his distance and feel his way back into a fight, it's not possible for him to be as ready with 3 to 4 weeks off of sparring as he would be with a full camp. That's a fact. So that time without sparring, Alex is able to train. So that gap, naturally, however big it is, will start to close. And that is part of why this can become a big deal, but there is another reason.
KSI versus Alex Wassabi confirmed for
27th,
2022.
Let's go.
Is back. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait. I am going to f this man up, bro. Now everyone's going to be like, bro, just knock him out in 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm like, nah, man. That's boring. I finally get my hands on this motherfucker. Man's gonna take his time. Not 1 round, not 2 rounds, not 3 rounds.
Sound like LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
I mean, he's staring at his little brother while I'm beating the out of him, being like, hey,
oh jeez,
you gonna make a TikTok out of this?
Now, this is something that Alex and his team, I think they know this is coming, but there's not really a way you prepare for it. Like, Alex has already shown that the talk about his family is not tolerated well with him.
This is your brother. You're supposed to lift him up, not tear him down. Oh my gosh, if anybody talked to my little brother like that.
And yeah, this is just the start of that, so we'll see where it goes from there. But KSI kind of revealed the other reason that I was talking about right then. Him not wanting to get out of there quickly, him wanting to get more ring time. It's good, and again, if this broken nose has anything to do with anything, could be bad. Why do I say that? Well, I just talked about it 2 seconds ago. He needs to be in the ring because he's been out of it for so long. So yes, if KSI wants to get to Jake, he needs more activity and he needs more longevity in that ring. But if this broken nose happens to reoccur again in sparring, or something happens to where he can't fix this thing properly and he goes in there with a broken nose, that would be the disaster. To be in there for 6 to 8 to 10, I'm not even sure on the rounds yet, but to be in there that long, breathing basically out of one nostril or maybe just out of his mouth, even if Alex isn't as dangerous as Logan, the work rate that KSI brings forth on his end is enough to gas him. And by the way, I'm not saying that KSI can't go in there and win a fight with a broken nose. We've seen other guys in this scene, namely Jake Paul, be able to do that. But there was a little bit of a difference there, whereas Alex Wassabi has actually won a fight on a big stage. Nate Robinson, to this day, I will swear by it, had never sparred before that Jake fight, and Jake's nose didn't get touched in that fight at all. He ended it quickly and got out of there to let his nose heal. KSI, again, we don't know how this broken nose will affect him, or even if it will have any effect on the fight. I think if he just takes a couple weeks off, it will heal. But if he does walk in there with any type of damage, and Alex touches him on the nose a couple times, and all of a sudden he can't breathe, that does become a bigger deal. Because if I'm honest, if Alex is fighting the perfect fight, it's not him walking forward and knocking KSI cold out, but it's more about Alex being able to frustrate KSI and pull him away from a game plan, because KSI himself has said he's going to knock this guy out. So anything less than that is a disappointment and absolutely can't happen for KSI. He has to destroy Alex. So those are my 2 things, and this is why I say it could be a big deal, because at the end of the day, this is still a fight, and KSI knows this, and I know he's doing this, even if he does the jokes and trolls a little bit with Alex. He is absolutely taking him seriously. It's just he's in a tough spot because a broken nose is no joke. So he's either going to have to miss some time in sparring, which could relay into the fight. And on the other side of it, if he does decide, F it, I'm not going to stop my camp because of this stupid little broken nose, then that would compound into an even worse situation where he's in a fight against a guy that he's expected to get out of there, and he also can't breathe. Things tend to unravel very quickly. And I don't say any of that to discount Alex Wassabi, by the way. We know he's with a new team. He's with Brian Valoria, who is a 4-time former world champion, Olympian. He's looking jacked in his body transformation as well. We know he's coming up in weight, but that's all I got, man. Hopefully KSI takes the lesser of 2 evils, sits out for a little bit, doesn't get to spar as long, and that's crucial. But even then, he still has about a month here where he can get back into camp and start to get back into his rhythm before this fight, hopefully peaking at the right moment as Alex Wassabi, with his new team and his new look, is also trying to peak as well. So let me know what you guys think. Is this broken nose a bigger issue than maybe he's being talked about? Or is this something that's not really going to affect KSI and he could beat Alex with it anyway? Broken nose or not, KSI and Alex Wassabi's going down. So what happens in the lead up and ultimately in the main event on fight night? I guess we'll find out.